Hey, hey, welcome to the Summit Host Hangout podcast. We'll learn how to host a high converting virtual summit that leads to your biggest signature offer launch yet. I'm your host, Krista from Summit in a Box, and today we need to talk about something that gets me right up on my soapbox, and I will be there today. So if you're not here for that energy, you're just going to want to skip this one. But I have been asked a few times recently, including about 30 minutes ago, what I think about hosting or hosts asking speakers to pay to be a part of their summit. And when I think about this, I don't know if I should be disgusted or laugh. And I think I'm just going to do both. But when someone asked what I think about this in my community today, another member actually chimed in and just said she hates it. And I've never seen a truer comment. That member knows me very well, apparently. So let me just start by being very crystal clear here. If someone asks you to speak at their summit and asks you to pay for the privilege, just don't. Run away. Don't even walk. Let's run. I jokingly told the person in my community today to invoice them for the fee that they were asking for, just for wasting their time. I would never actually do that. I'm too nice to do that, but it helps. It helps me feel better. But let me break down for summit hosts exactly why this makes me so fired up, because there are really some problems with this approach. And all throughout this episode, I'm going to switch back and forth from talking to hosts to talking to speakers, and you're just going to have to keep up. Like I said, this happened 30 minutes ago and I just started writing. So why is this wrong? First, as the host, you are already set up for the biggest benefit from this summit. You are growing your email list by thousands of people if you're doing it correctly. You're positioning yourself as the expert who brought all of these amazing speakers together. You're making money from your All Access Pass sales. You get to launch your program to this brand new audience. You get to reap the benefits of that new audience for years ahead. The host benefits are massive. You don't need to take away from the benefits your speakers will get. Yours will be plenty if you're doing it correctly. And if a summit strategist is teaching you to charge your speakers in order to line your own pockets, I would be concerned about what the rest of the strategy looks like that's making them feel like they have to teach you that. I think that means they're pretty insecure about the rest of the monetization plan they have for you. Just saying. Second, okay, I warned you about this ask, right? This is going to continue. So again, if you don't like it, next episode. Okay, second, you literally could not host your summit without the speakers. They are doing you the favor by sharing their expertise, their time, their audience, all of that with your event. Without speakers, you have an expensive webinar registration page. I don't know. The speakers are your event. They are your summit. You can't do it without them. Let's not make them pay. And third, this is the part that really makes me actually angry, is that you are preying on people who are newer to business and they either don't know better or they do and they're just desperate enough to pay for a visibility opportunity that they should receive compensation for in some way. This is just taking advantage of people who are still learning the ropes and don't know their worth yet. And it's predatory, it's gross, and it just needs to stop. Can we just stop it? And I'm going to switch back to talking to speakers now. Here's the thing. When someone asks you to pay to speak at their summit, they are telling you everything you need to know about how they view you in this opportunity. They're essentially saying, I don't actually value your expertise enough to compensate you, but I do think you're desperate enough for visibility that you'll pay me for the chance to work for free. They are treating you as a customer instead of this valued expert that you should be treated like. And that should tell you everything you need to know about whether this is an opportunity worth your time. And if a host is really so high and mighty that being in their summit is such a huge honor and will get speakers so many benefits, it sounds like maybe they can just share the wealth and spread the love instead of asking speakers to pay for the privilege, right? Okay, I'm going to try to step off the soapbox now. Let's think more positively. You're either annoyed with me or you're convinced or you've just been clapping along the whole time. Let's flip this around and talk about what you as a speaker should look for when someone asks you to speak at their summit, okay? Because I never want you to get caught in the situation where you are speaking for somebody who is going to treat you this way, because the rest of the process is going to be garbage as well, and the summit probably will be also. So first, I want you to look for a host that genuinely values you and your expertise. And this should be obvious from your very first interaction with them. They should be excited about what you bring to the table, not treating you like you should be grateful for the opportunity, okay? Yes, a well-run summit is an opportunity, but they should lead with valuing you first. And second, if you get the feeling in any way that this is just a list grab or just a money grab, Like people asking you to pay, just do yourself a favor and decline. Okay, this will not be your last opportunity. Your gut is usually right about these things. Third, the host should make the process really easy and low barrier for you to participate. They should have clear instructions. They should have any templates you need to share. They should be responsive to your questions. They should not be pressuring you to answer quickly or make your payment or acting all high and mighty. Okay, if there is any of that, move along. And then fourth, there should be like ample ways for you to benefit, with the biggest risk being the time investment you'll put into it, which, yes, time is valuable, but that should be the main thing you're risking, not your money. So I'm saying you should have room to benefit. What should these benefits look like? You want to look for these things when a host approaches you. Are they telling you that they are allowing you to do these things? You should absolutely be able to gather leads through a freebie. I wouldn't expect the host to give you the list because I don't even know that that's legal anywhere, but especially with GDPR. But you should be able to gather leads through a freebie that you'll be able to talk about during your presentation. That's like Summit Speaking 101. If they're not allowing you to offer something to grow your own email list, that's a massive red flag. And if you aren't being paid to speak, which most Summit speakers aren't, and that's normal, you should be able to earn a generous affiliate commission on any sales you refer. And I mean generous, like 40 to 50%. I'm not talking like 20%, unless a very good portion of that is going to charity. You should also be allowed to have a tripwire for your freebie. And that's like a low cost offer that people can purchase right after they download the freebie you have with your presentation. Like these are ways you can make money and monetize your speaking opportunity versus having to pay someone else. Okay, so these are the things I want you looking for. And then switching back to the host one more time, if you're listening to this, let's just make summits a game that everyone can win, not just the hosts. Like this is part of why summits have a bad reputation, is people doing things like this. Your speakers are giving you their time, their expertise, and often their audience. The least you can do is make sure they benefit from the experience too. Again, I think if you're in my world, if you're still listening, this is really important to you. So this is just like a little pep talk, some extra encouragement, some reminders. Set them up for success with lead generation opportunities. Give them great affiliate commissions. Make the process smooth and enjoyable for them. Like that's how you build relationships and create an event that speakers actually want to be a part of. And please do not ask your speakers to pay you. That's just not a good look. Sponsorships are one thing, right? You can have speakers come and then offer them an opportunity to upgrade to sponsor. That's a little different, but asking people to pay to speak is just not building the kind of business relationships that are going to serve you long term. And in fact, I have a course called the Ultimate Summit Speaker Handbook that you can purchase a license for to give your speakers, to teach them how to benefit. And I'm hoping if you're still here listening, that's more your style than trying to trick them into paying. And you can learn more about that at summitabox.co/handbook. And now back to speakers one more time. Here's what I want you to remember. Your expertise has value. Your time has value. Your audience has value. Do not let anyone convince you that you should be paying them for the opportunity to share all of that value for free, even if today is your first day in business. I don't care. There are amazing summit opportunities out there hosted by people who genuinely want to create a win-win situation for everyone involved. Those are the summits you want to be a part of, okay? And if you do want to dive deeper into what makes a great speaking opportunity and make sure you get an ROI from speaking, like I said, we have a course called the Ultimate Summit Speaker Handbook that walks you through everything from how to create an amazing presentation to maximizing your results from every speaking opportunity. I'll link to that in the show notes. But I also created something specific for this topic. It's a free resource called 10 Signs That Speaking at This Summit Will Be Worth Your Time. So it's basically like your summit criteria checklist to just look for red flags and do a little once over whenever you get a pitch to make sure these opportunities are going to feel good and value you and pay off, and also just help you identify when to run in the other direction. And you can grab that at summitabox.co/worthit. And I think it'll be really helpful for you as you're evaluating any future opportunities. So thank you so much for tuning into this episode. I know I got a little fired up, but like this stuff matters to me when we're talking about like values and treating people like humans. Man, I get fired up about it every time. Your expertise is valuable. You deserve to work with hosts who recognize that. So for show notes and resources mentioned in this episode, you can head to the link in the episode description wherever you're listening. We'll have everything you need there. And for now, go out and take action to plan, strategize, and launch your high-converting virtual summit and choose summit opportunities that value what you bring to the table.